Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. Now first of all, thank you to everybody who showed interest in Make It Count. Really apologise to people who missed out, but when the video went live, he sold in about an hour. So we don't often buy sort of these tried horses, but when we do, we try and buy really nice ones, and he was a beauty. So well done to everybody who bought a share in him. Really looking forward to him racing in a few weeks' time. But anybody who missed out, we're always on the lookout for nice horses, and hopefully you can the next one you can go into. Okay, what do we have? Had a couple of horses race really good through the week, and certainly horses worthwhile following. Grandma Gail had her first up run, and you wouldn't believe it, I've given her 3 trials and she's either led or sat outside the leader in all her trials, and she jumped out and got absolutely smashed out of the gates and was back behind the second last horse, and she was actually last at one stage of the race. Flew home and ran second. They were, $1.50 favourite, won the race. So, but I think if things were fair and she would have begun just normally and held her spot and be running 4th or 5th, I think she would have given the favourite a real push. So she's certainly a horse worthwhile watching. Took a little filly called Vader up to Swan Hill, and tossed up whether I should go to the 2,000 metres or the mile. Went to the mile looking for probably a good track at Swan Hill, and she sort of flew home. She was last and then sort of flew home and went really well, and ran a really good third. Just go to 2,000 metres now and she should be hard to beat. She'll win a lot of races, that filly. I really like her. I think she might be quite special when she gets to 2,400. Pantera ran first up. Pantera Nera ran first up at Ballarat, and he was probably almost a good thing beaten. He got held up in behind traffic, and Dwayne Dunn rode him and actually had to pull him right out wide, and didn't really see daylight till probably the last 150 metres, and then he flew home and ran a really good second. He looks like he's going to be in for a really good prep. I'll go straight to the 2,000 metres with him second up now and try and give him 4 or 5 runs over that distance. Last time in, he was running really consistent races over the 2,000 metres, and this time in, it looks like he's going to have a good prep. Okay, runners this week. Friday we go to Pakenham. Now I'm going to run Young Hostess in the Synthetic Series final. She ran second in this race last year. She got well beaten, but she still ran second. It's a good quality race. Look, there's a couple in it that go good. I think Graham Begg's horse is a standout in the race, but the others have sort of been winning 58, sort of 64 races. No better than what she's been running in, and she hasn't been far off the mark. So I think she gets her chance to run a really good race in a good prize money race. I think Graham Begg's horse will be hard to beat. If we beat it, I reckon we're right around the mark. So, but she seems to be going okay. She's had a big prep, the little filly, and hasn't had a lot of luck, but it'll be fantastic to finish off her prep in a winning way. We then head to Warwick Nabil Saturday. Now a couple of fillies in there. Zellberg, she's had the 2 runs in now. Now her first up run we treated very much just like a trial. Second up run we threw a set of blinkers on her, and she just over raced. And then didn't finish off her race as good as we should. So we brought her back to the 1,000, ran a little tight track. We'll kick her out and go forward on her and be in the first 3. And I think at big odds she'll be really good bet. I really think she can run a place in that race, and I think she'll be really good value. Another filly called Dwelt. Now I'm not sure if she'll get a start, Dwelt, but if she does, her last start at Geelong was very good. She jumped and led them up, give a good kick, and the last place she wanted to be was anywhere near the inside, and all the winners were coming down the outside fence, and she sort of got stuck on the inside. If she wasn't beaten all that far, go back to Warwick Nabil with sort of less country grade rather than Melbourne Provincial, and I think she can be right around the mark. She just needs to draw a barrier and actually get a run. She was a fair way down the order in the list, so whether she gets a run there, I'm not really sure. But both those fillies, I'm taking them up to Warwick Nabil and both expecting them to run really good races. Okay, Sunday we head going each end of the state. Sunday we'll take Vavoose to Sale. Now she just hasn't had a lot of luck, so I'm just dropping her back in grade. She's been running in really strong company. I'll just take her back in grade and take her back to the 64 and go to Sale. Now big long run in at Sale. It'll suit a horse sort of getting off the speed and sort of swooping in late, and that's what we're going to try and do with her. Hopefully there's a lot of speed in the race, and they'll sail along in front and she can sort of just sit back. She does get a long way back, but her sectionals are normally pretty strong, so I expect her to go pretty good there. We'll also go to Casterton. Now all depends if Dwelt gets a run at Warwick Nabil. If she doesn't get a run at Warwick Nabil, hopefully she gets a run at Casterton. And as I said earlier, I expect her to go really well. I think she's going good, and I think she's better than a country class maidener. But unfortunately, she's had a couple of starts and run really good races without winning, and hasn't earned any prize money. So she needs to go somewhere and earn some prize money. Honey Wine, pretty disappointing his last start. Jockey said he felt like the winner on the corner and then sort of give him a kick in the guts and the head come up and he went backwards and he was very poor. I thought his start before that was okay, so he needs to turn his form around. This is the first time I've ever taken this horse back to real country sort of racing, so hopefully he gets his chance. He should just bounce and be in the first couple and get every chance, so he's probably a little bit at the crossroads. He needs to start showing me something.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. This week's horse is a horse called Flat Kapper. He last time in, he sort of had a bit of a problem where on the sort of the point of the corner he would want to lean out on the point of the corner. He wouldn't change legs and he would sort of drift out, and in some cases he would drift out 5, 6, 7 horses, which obviously for one it was a major safety issue for the rider and the horse, but secondly he obviously wasn't going to win too many races at doing that, so we had to put him out and we brought him back in. Nigel, our track work rider, has done a really good job with him in getting him to change legs before he corners, and we tried a few different pieces of gear on him, but a piece of gear called a bubble cheeker, which it just sits on the right side of his bit, and if he sort of wants to lean out, there's a pretty significant amount of pressure there, so it just sort of helps him lean in towards the rail or the horse inside of him. So it seems to have really done the trick with him. He's had a couple of trials now. Damien Thornton's ridden him in a couple of trials, and yeah, he was really happy with how he got around the corner, and even here at home, we've been pretty severe with him to, you know, getting horses in and around him, putting him on the inside, putting him on the outside, and different like Sydney way, Melbourne way, you know what I mean. We've done plenty of different sort of work with him, and seems to have really turned the corner with that. Obviously you still have to be mindful of the tracks and the barriers that he draws, but yeah, I think we've certainly on top of the issue. But he'll go around in the next week somewhere. We'll find a suitable track, and yeah, he's certainly got enough ability, the horse, to win plenty of races. But just sorting out, neatening out a few little issues that he's got. But we seem to be on top of them, and I'm sure in no time he'll be winning plenty of races.
Hey guys, I just wanted to give you another update on how I've been going. I have done a few more trials in the past few weeks. I even got the opportunity to ride one for Danny O'Brien, which was a really good opportunity for me. I've been doing a little bit of track work for him in the mornings before I come out here, which has been really good. So it was good to sort of trial the horse that I've been galloping in the track, and to get her through her first trial, which is really good. I'm getting very close to finding out about my apprenticeship. Next month I have to go in and do a fitness test, which will be interesting to do, but I'm really excited to do it. And hopefully by the end of this year I find out a lot more about the apprenticeship, and yeah, so I'm getting very close to the end, and looking forward to race riding next year. So until next time, stay safe and see you guys later.
Yeah, that's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Thanks for watching. Spring's no just around the corner, isn't it? All the good horses are back in town, I see, and even here on the farm, you just about watch the grass grow here at the moment. Had a few horses run pretty good races through the week, didn't we? Certainly a couple that were worthwhile following. Probably take Ziggy back to the races next week, which will be good. Interesting, at the moment they've raised the bottom weights up 2 kilos, but they haven't raised the top weight. So from the top weight to the bottom weight's 4 kilos, which is just, it's ridiculous. The very original thing is what a handicap is about, is that they have all the horses go over the line together, but the bottom weights just can't win at the moment because of the way the handicapping system. They need to raise the top weights if they're going to raise the bottom weight, but they're just not doing it. So I don't know, you have a top weight and claim 3 on it, it's going to carry 1 kilo over the minimum, which is just ridiculous. But anyway, powers that be are doing it, but I completely disagree with it. If you're going to raise the bottom weight, you've got to raise the top weight again. But anyway, what else? Other than that, a bit busy on the weekend. I think a couple of those maidens will go pretty good. I think the tracks will suit them. They should bounce and be right on the hammer, and sort of give a good kick on the corner. So expect those little Zellberg and Dwelt to go pretty good if they get runs. Until next week, see you later. Okay, runners this week. Cameraman doesn't know what he's doing here. You're right there, are you? Yeah, you're right.
3 trials. I did Honey Magic for, oh not 3, I did 2. Was it 2? I don't know how to finish it.